Good evening. Welcome to Prime Sports. I am Muftau Nabila Abdullahi. Just gone by, Accra House of Folk have just been crowned champions of the 2025 edition of the Democracy Cup after beating Great Olympics by 1-0. This is the goal that was scored by Accra House of Oak just a couple of minutes ago, just about 10 minutes ago or so, as the Phobians are crowned champions of this year's edition. The first one, which took place at the Accra Sports Stadium last year, was won by Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And in this encounter, they came up against Great Olympics, who spoke extensively about how they were the landlords and House of Folk the landguards, and that they were going to the University of Ghana Stadium to claim the trophy. However, it ended in victory for Masoud Didi Dramane, who just a few days ago as well defeated Kumasi Asante Kotoko during the Garka Cup. Didi Dramane appears to be building his team, getting them ready for the Ghana Premier League campaign, which starts on the weekend of September 12th. Now, let me take you to the Accra Sports Stadium, where the Black Stars resumed training ahead of that all-important World Cup qualifier against Mali on Monday. The senior national team, after that draw against Chad on Thursday, returned to Accra, and they were at the Accra Sports Stadium for their first training session ahead of that game on Monday. Elisha Owusu, who was booked in the game against Chad yesterday, he has been suspended for this game coming up on Monday. Otto Addo and his team currently sit at the top of Group I with 16 points, 3 points more than second place, Madagascar. And the senior national team of Ghana must win if they want to enhance their chances of qualifying to the next edition of the FIFA World Cup that will be taking place in Mexico, USA, and Canada. Ghana, after that 1-1 draw, blew Group I opened following victories for Madagascar and Mali. Mali came up against Comoros, won by 3-0. Madagascar also won their game against Central African Republic. We hear from a former chairman of the Ghana Football Association, Dr. Nyaho Tamakloe. He claims that Otto Addo has no control over the boys because what Ghanaians witnessed during that game against Chad is a testament of a team that is undisciplined and that they do not respect the head coach of the technical team. He also waded into the conversation about claims that a press statement that was made by Sports Minister Kofi Adams was what impacted or contributed to the performance of the team. He says if money is a focus of the players, then they cannot be trusted to be loyal to the country.
Let me make one thing clear, that no sane person, a player or a team, will go into competition and wish a failure. No sane person will do that. But what happened yesterday was so hurting. First and foremost, the boys, including the coach, to me, were not committed to the country. They were not. Now, secondly, it was clear that the coach had no control at all over the boys. They did their own thing. So if the coach had a control over them, he could correct them or ask them to change their tactics right from the bench. He never did it. Even after break time, the same mood these boys were in. Now, I think we have to look carefully as the boys return to represented. But it appears most of the boys we have now are not at all interested in really helping the nation Ghana. And I say again that this coach has no control over the boys. I'm not a kid. If he had control over them, definitely he would have made the move in withdrawing some of them and immediately replacing them with other boys. Because we had other boys on the bench there. I mean, these people should not play at all with us in this country. These boys, if they are not interested in playing for the nation, they should just refuse if they are called. We can't have this thing continuing like that. Nothing of the players was touched. So what is their problem? If those are the efforts or those handling them are those who have been affected, then we have to be careful. Then we have to change all of them. Because we can't depend on them when it comes to loyalty. So that excuse, to me, is totally nonsense.
Dr. Nyaho Tamakloe speaking on game plan earlier today. Let's still stay on stories relating to the Black Stars. And now the Minister of Sports and Recreation, Kofi Adams, has revealed that the technical team and other members within the senior national team are owed salaries. According to him, his office is working to ensure that they are fully paid after the matches against Chad and Madagascar.
Some of the people that we are supposed to pay. Indeed, if you look at the contract say their salaries will be paid in arrears. So we've paid quite a number of them. We've paid from some who were owed from 2020, then now we've cleared. And so we are going to clear this one also. It's in process. It's in process. It's gone to the office of the president. Once it looked through and is okayed, the finance ministry will then be authorized to release same. The FA have to do some engagement with some of the officials to restructure their salaries or remuneration. And that agreement was done only recently. And they have since officially submitted a letter to my ministry. And that was done only this month, about a few days ago. And that was what kickstarted the process of doing this presentation. Again, we owe some category of officials winning bonus. We haven't paid it, but we are working on to get that also.
They're working to ensure that those monies are paid to the technical team members of the Black Stars. As you heard him mention, it is going through processes, and when those processes are done, the technical team members will be paid after the matches against Chad and Mali. The game against Chad was played on Thursday. The Mali game is on Monday. Now, let me take you now to Côte d'Ivoire, where Ghana's police ladies, they lost their third-place game against USFA on penalties earlier today. It is the wrap of the CAF Women's Champions League qualifiers, which took place in Yamoussoukro. My colleague Lawrence Beidou, he followed the team and joins me right now via Zoom to speak to us about the police ladies team and what he's witnessed. Lawrence, if you can hear me, I'm sure after that disappointing output or outcome in their game against ASEC Mimosa, the body language of the players dropped in this third place game, because watching the game, clearly it felt as though there was nothing at stake.
Exactly. I'm at the stadium, so it's a bit noisy, but if you can hear me, let me carry on against our second most coming into this game. Really dropped because you look at the performance or the demeanor of some of these players, it wasn't convincing at all. If anything, it was just a few of the players, the defensive units, the midfield units who looked a bit committed throughout the game today. But then the forward lines look a bit, a bit demoralized. Look at the coaching staff. We were trying to. But that wasn't the case. That wasn't what happened. After a goalless game in 90 minutes, they had to settle for penalties. And on penalties, they missed two of their kicks where Usa just missed one. So it means that they missed out on the medal as well. And then, unfortunately, I also know at the stadium to watch that final between Bayelsa Queens and then Asec Musakani on the.
Have you had conversation with the players and the coaches and what this experience means for them going forward?
I think for most of these players who came, if you know the police squad, they are an aging squad, but then they had a few young players join them on loan prior to this tournament. I have had the opportunity of speaking to some of them. I think they are quite motivated by this stage. They look at the opportunity that this tournament has given them. The mileage alone has been quite impressive. We have two of these players winning the Player of the Match awards, and in 5 of the games that
okay.
They look like players who are willing to capitalize on this, players who are willing to go by the name and go on to become players who will join the national team and also represent the country at a higher than what they have been here. So for the players, it's a good experience. It's a learning curve. I mean, they believe at some point experience calls them as well. So it's one that they want to come back and do things right and perhaps go back home with a better performance than they are going to do right now.
Okay. Lawrence Bedu, thank you very much for your time. I see you soon in Accra. Wish you a safe journey back to the country. Now, let's talk some golf. In Ghana, golf has long carried the tag of a men's sport. But a new wave of women are stepping onto the greens and rewriting the story. My colleague, Haruna Mubarak, has more in this report.
Golf is a sport of precision, patience, and strategy. A typical game can last anywhere from 2 to 5 hours as players navigate long fairways, reading greens, and striking balls toward a small hole using few strokes as possible. For years, golf in Ghana has carried the label of a gentleman's game. But at the heart of these lush greens, something different is happening. One of the driving forces behind this movement is Kusmang, lady captain of the Achimota Golf Club and co-founder of the Fairway Golf Academy.
It all started with kids. So we wanted the kids to learn how to play golf. Myself then, I wasn't interested. That was back, I think, 2020. So I was taking them to the range to go and learn. They had a coach there. So I would take them every day, I would take them every day. And then the coach would be like, but now, madam, you always come, bring your children, you sit down. Why are you not playing? Why don't you want to learn? And then I told them, oh, this game is so boring. It's a boring game. It's for old people. It's for, all those kind of, theories that we put behind. So I used to think golf is for rich, golf is for, yeah. So, and then the coach kept insisting. And then one day I just said, okay, let me try. So he gave me a club and then I tried and that was it.
Kusmang only picked up golf in 2021, but today she plays with her husband and children and leads by example. For others like Fafali, golf is a game full of lessons.
I think for me, it calms me down. Like I like sports that calm me down. It looks simple, but it's a lot of mental, and then like because you do a lot of walking, also helps with your cardio and ability to like exercise. Yeah. So for me, it's more like a game that calms me down, and then you get to learn more about yourself as well. Because in every hole, it's a different challenge. So you get to learn more about. So you get to be patient with yourself, because every hole teaches you something, and it's not. You can play the same course every day, and every day your game is different.
And for veteran golfer Sarah, it began with tennis, but it's now golf that has become a lifelong passion.
Because I was in New Zealand, I used to play tennis, lawn tennis. And you see, play tennis, you need a partner. And the golf, you can play alone. So that's why I started to play golf in New Zealand, yeah.
Clementia Tete may not be a club member, but she found joy and wellness since picking up the sport earlier this year.
So I've been playing, let's say, regularly since March, and it's getting better every day. It is an interesting sport. You get to meet a lot of people, and then you get to have a good walk, a good workout. And so I'd like to encourage more ladies to take the game up.
Beyond Achimota's fairways, the Fairway Golf Academy, co-founded by 3 women, including Kusmang, is shaping the future of golf in Ghana. Their target is women and children. It's a fresh approach in the sport traditionally reserved for the elite, but now these barriers are being broken down.
We want to encourage women to come and play golf. It's a lovely game, you know. Until you start, you wouldn't know how beautiful this game is. So women, hey, you know, come and play golf, yes. When you come to Achimota Golf Club, you will network, you have quality people to spend your time with. Yes, you can have meetings here. Don't say that, oh, it's 4 hours and it's going to take all my time. No, 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 people have meetings while playing.
Men are really nice, they're very accommodating, yeah. They treat us like princesses here, so. Yeah. So you can come, because the guys are really open. They would help you play, they would support you.
Golf is no longer just a gentleman's game. At Achimota and beyond, women are now attempting to rewrite the rules. Haruna Mubarak, Achimota Golf Club, for Joy Sports.
And this is how we wrap up sports here on Prime with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullahi. Up next is PM Personality Profile.